video. In this video I will be ranking tanks in War Thunder that I have unlocked. Alright, so I'm going to only cover the US tech tree. You go from Reserve to 5.0, that's the highest I've unlocked. Alright, so first off we'll start off with the M2A4. Quite a decent tank for its BR. When spaded it gets 87 mils of pen. 83 mils, wait no, yeah, 86 essentially. It gets 86 mils of pen when spaded. Despite being the start of the light tank line though, it does not get scouting. At least I believe, I don't know. Yeah, I don't believe that the light tanks in the US actually get scouting until the Empire one, I'm not really sure on that. Next up we'll go cover the LVT-A1. This is a solid tank. Basically you're going on a scale of trash to solid into excellent. So these ones are solid, meaning they're quite decent. This one is basically just this, less machine guns, more crew. It's quite solid. This one, I've killed a T-28E with it. It's not that bad. Decent against tanks at BR. Except for also this. Yeah. It's kind of weak against the Russians. I don't know why. Wait, I thought the Neubau Fahrzeug was heavy. Weird. Guess they're not classing it as such because it's... Wait. No, man. Anyways, next up, the M2A2. Get this trash out of here, mate. No. Leave me alone, you little crap. Trash. Next up is... The reason you did this before this was because it was at the start. Anyways, next up is this M8 Scott, or whatever his name is. Just call it the M8. Now this thing is an excellent tank for its BR. It gets good HE, good heat. It could probably do well into 3 or even 4.0. Why? The hull armor for this is the reverse of the Excelsior. It's strong sides, weak front and rear. At least according to... What? It's the reverse of what? Excelsior. Anyways, this thing is excellent. Next up, the M3 Stuart. I don't know why I didn't bother to unlock this one and just stopped halfway. Probably because I hadn't unlocked rank 2. Anyways, this thing is quite solid. It's got a bit more armor than the original Stuart, being the M2A4. But that's made up for its increase in armor. It is solid. Next up is the Inflam A1. It's the first one in its line to get an APHE type of round with its SAP HEI. Why is it incendiary? Frankly, I don't know. Though despite that these things have a roof-mounted machine gun, it's 7.62. Sucks. But this thing is quite solid. It's more weakly armored than this though, in the hull, but is stronger in the turret. Next up is the Lee. Very decent. Only problem is that its best gun is not fully traversable. Though, oddly, it does a very good elevation and depression angles. Next up is the M16. Yeah, this is just a better M13, so we're going to put it at the tier above solid, so good. Next up is the M4A3 105. Excellent tank, S tier tank. Got my best ever match with it, 8 kills with that tank alone. Decent armor. Guess M4A2's armor before the M4A2. So where's the M4A3 75? So why does it get better armor than the 76 M4A3? Even though it's an M4A3, just with a different gun. I need that. Anyways, off to the next tank, the M24. Excellent tank, great for scouting, great for flanking. Decent overall, gets a 75mm. Next up is the M41. Not really that good, honestly. The 76mm version is so much better. But this thing is good to hold you over now. Next up is the T77. Speed downgrade, armor upgrade, armaments upgrade. Good tank. Then the M10, oh, that's a good tank. Gets a 76mm. Which all American tanks at 5.0 get. Except for you, Skink. Frick you. Why does it get a 7.62? Anyways, I'm losing track of this. Anyways, next up is the M4A176. Solid upgrade to the M4A1, better mantlet armor, I believe. Well, it looks like it does have that. And it gets a better gun, more pen. Only downside is less armor and a worse engine. Why does it get a worse engine? God, why does it get a worse engine? At least both of these tanks get a 50 cal. Just boost the rating. This thing and this thing are good tanks. And so say first American Navy gets its best gun stock. By the way, we will go over this as it's just a direct upgrade. Excellent tank, except for the armor. It's just as bad as this. Yeah, they don't have that good armor for heavies. You can't even angle because of the angle front parts or the angled cheeks. Though they do get 350 cal, 37 and a 76 with the best round stock. Next up is the M44. This thing is not bad, but it's also not good. Its successor is so much better. Except in reload. Frick that reload speed. Anyways, next up is the premiums. I have two of them, being the Russian Badger LVT and the 1st Army Division M2A4. Alright, now this one is decent. It's just this thing, but you get 3 times more money, 30% reward, and 150% RP instead of 100%. And then this one is, to be honest with you, it's just a reskinned LVT. would have made some amount of sense to just give it a cash and research boost. They're just decent overall. Anyway, that was my honest ranking of my currently unlocked tanks and war thunder. Yes, I don't have these ones, I don't care about them. I just want to get this. It was actually my second rank 3. That was my first. That was my third, and King of Sapphire and after that. Currently on the run for this, I guess. Unless I get this. Either or, whichever comes first. So I do need a light tank upgrade. No, I don't have any volume on, in case it was to drown out my voice. Let's actually test the speed to see if it's telling the truth. I know the chatting probably is. 56 makes sense, but and it has 2 engines for some reason. Why does the Chaffee do that? Yet they are combined as one part, so it made sense to be 2 separate parts. And does this thing get a turbine? Like, I know the Abrams does. Just as like my brain needed to do it. No, 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 no. I go blah blah. I don't wonder if that strikes. Alright, now let's try again. Any problem with this probably will be the lack of a stabilizer. I do think I know why people love this tank. It's fast, it's mobile, it's powerful. Good 76. The only problem with it is just no stable. No stat? America. Yeah, nah. Frick you, mate. We need to stop the Persian. No. Frick trees. I am the Lorax, and I do speak with the trees. You never get it, I break your freaking knees. Bro. I killed it without touching it. I just MG'd. Like 30 seconds ago, and he died. He ejected. And we can pen the tiger from the side. Good. So you have to take it to B. Making them even better. Now can we pen the elephant? Slash Ferdinand. But first we need to check the speed to see if the game's lying or not. Because they are lying as the pens are 3. The Playmaker's 70. Which does not make sense for the time. Alright. Oh no, I think you might be about to say something brainhood, because it just said a certain number. Says the wind, the invasion has begun. Shaking the ground, the force of 1,000 guns. From the line of fire, silent and feel away. Like, we'll keep submarine for America. I died. Anyway, we now know that Gaijin isn't lying. Makes it even better. Schoolman Gaijin doesn't lie about the stats of the tank. Looking at you, Panzer 3E. It says 71. How does it go 71? That would make sense. That does not. That does. That does. That does. That makes sense. It doesn't make as much sense because of the armor. It's shortened. But I'm going to end this video here. In the next video, we will cover the planes I've unlocked. And I'll see you later. Peace.